Hello, in this video I just wanted to go over with you how exactly you're going to turn in your program assignments in this class because there is a little bit of a process involved here. I also wanted to talk a little bit about our program rubric. You've seen this before, it was posted in the class, but this is the rubric that I'm going to be using to grade your programs. Now I will say this, since we're early on in the process, there are some parts of this rubric that we really haven't gotten into or getting involved with yet. So it's kind of one of those things where in those categories you're going to probably just kind of get the points for that, so that makes it a little bit easier, and that's okay here early on as we're just kind of learning how to do this. The one area that you definitely will get judged on completely this week is proper naming conventions for your whole project, all the project files, all the objects in there. Make sure you're naming things correctly. When it comes to variable and calculation accuracy as a category here, we haven't really dealt with variables at all yet, and you won't need variables for this week's program, but it should accurately display what it's supposed to. As far as Windows standards go, what we're talking about now is that you've commented every event in your code, and that there is a menu way to do anything that there is in the graphical user interface. Okay? We aren't really doing anything really yet with anticipating user interactions for the most part, other than you're making sure there's a way to do it in the GUI and in the menu, so you kind of don't have to worry about that category so much right now either. That comes more into play when we collect data from the user instead of just them clicking on stuff or having events that way. And also creativity. You are being judged on creativity this week, where I do want you to add something to the program that's your idea, as far as change some element or something like that, or add something that's not talked about. I am going to be kind of lenient with it this first time around, whereas as we move forward in the course, I'll probably have a little bit higher expectations as far as what you're adding for your own idea. So probably be a little bit easier to get a 4 for creativity this week than it would be down the road. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that a little bit. Now, as far as how do you turn in an assignment, okay? Here we have our Hello World program assignment. I'm just clicking on the link right there, and it has all of the descriptions about the due date for the assignment, things I need to incorporate in the assignment, all like that, and there's a picture of what this assignment might look like. I do hope that yours looks much different than this. I just kind of put it up there as kind of an example so you could get an idea of what I was talking about. Sometimes when I haven't done that, people are kind of confused, but definitely make yours be different, use different controls than I did, that kind of thing. Okay? Now, when we're going to submit this assignment, you'll notice there are some things down here. We need to have a zip folder of all your project files. So I'm just going to go out to my desktop here. If you have a computer where you have Windows Vista or Windows 7 or later, this is very easy, because all you have to do is go to your project folder, wherever you've saved that whole project folder. Remember, there's all of these different files and folders inside of there. You need to turn them all in. Okay, you can't just, if you just try to turn in this .sln file right here, I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. Same thing goes for anything else inside of here. If you just give me one part of this, can't do anything with it. So I need the whole project folder. So what you can do is just right click on it, go to this that says send to, and say compressed zipped folder. And as long as you do that, it should make this compressed folder of all the project files are in here, and they're compressed. Okay, and then you're just going to have to upload them. So let's look how that will look like. So if I want to upload something, instead of edit these files, you wouldn't have anything in here yet. You're just going to, as a matter of fact, let's get that out of there. Okay, so you could just drag and drop that whole zip file in here. You can go to add right here, and you could go to choose the file, and it's on my desktop here. And so there's that zip folder of all this when I say open right there. And I could, here again, naming things with your name, and the descriptive part of this is important too, to keep everybody straight. Upload that file, and now I've got that in there, right? So if I say save the changes to this, now one thing I want you to note is See how it says submission draft? This is not turned in yet. You have it uploaded, okay? But it's not ready to be graded, okay? So when you're ready for it to be graded, you click this send for marking button right here, and then it's turned into graded. Now, if there's something you think I need to know about this particular assignment, you just click in here to the notes into edit, and you can type a note to me about this particular assignment if you need to. But that's essentially it for turning in an assignment. The big mistake people make is they forget to click that send for marking button to get it turned in. Now, if we have anybody out there that's trying to use XP for anything like that, get with me, send me a message. You might have to download a program called WinZip or something like that because you don't have the ability to zip the files, that folder, into one file built into XP. So if you're in that situation, let me know and I'll get you some assist. If you can get a program like that and zip it all together and upload it, you're fine. If you can't manage to do that yourself, get with me and we will do a plan B.